All right, I think I got this handled, Ian. Do you guys want to get something to eat? Feel free to grab some food to get started. That's fine.
I got to teach a webinar for KW Next Gen.
Okay, cool.
So I got to sneak away to go launch that. So.
You're good. You're good. I should be able to, I can probably get through this. All right. Everyone, you guys want to get started? You guys want to get started? Listen, I'm going to dive in, but if you guys want some food, grab some food. And cool to start. All right. Welcome, everybody. This is the July 8th team meeting. Let's start out with bucket fills. Who's got a bucket fill? Who knows what a bucket fill is?
I've got one.
Daylise has got one.
So yesterday, I wanted to go ahead and send out one of the, make sure I have the right acronym, the EDDMS or whatever it is, through the post office where they do the postcards. I've never done it through the post office. I've done it through Command. I've done it through other vendors, but I've never done it through the post office. And Bex Nielsen spent 30 minutes on a Zoom call with me, kind of walking through what she does and sharing some tips and showing me how to do it. And I super appreciated it. So
Nice.
shout out to her.
All right. Shout out to Bex. Right on. Right on. Anyone else have anything? Hey, I'm going to give a shout out from the broker to everybody in here. It was a nice, quiet weekend. Thank you. Thank you. I mean that. You're always welcome to call, but sometimes it's nice. It sounds like everybody hopefully had a good 4th of July weekend. So thank you. Anybody else have anything? Any other bucket fills? All right. Oh, we're right here. Preferred partner spotlight. So VP Value Productions. I'm assuming that's probably the folks in the back that brought pizza. If you just came in and you want to grab something to eat, go ahead. Feel free to go back and do that. Come on up.
Yeah, please go grab a pizza in the back. We have a ton. Probably brought too many. Oh, do we need that?
Yes, we got some people on Zoom. So if you use the mics if you can and introduce yourselves.
We'll be really quick, just a few minutes, but yeah, Value Productions. I'm Spencer. This is Aaron. We've actually done a lot of work for different agents at Keller Williams, but we're a new partner with Keller Williams. So on the preferred vendor list or whatever, but we do all things photo, video, 3D tours, 2D tours, everything like that. We really specialize in social media video. So we do really, really cool, you can do all the cool effects where, you know, you introduce the property, we put a cool song to it. They get a lot of views on social media. So that's kind of our specialty. If you've never done video, try it. We make it really easy. And then we help you blast it out all over social media. Yeah. Question? Sorry.
About that too, where like as far as pricing, that you can do like a series or like roll several things out, or you know, like just create it and then we can roll it out too.
You're talking about like content type videos? Yeah, so this ULP team upstairs, so like once a month we'll come and do like content or like educational videos where you talk to the camera. Maybe you're talking about like interest rate buy downs or builder incentives or something like that. And we can help you edit, put all the captions, post, but we usually do them in like batches. So if we came here, there's a bunch of different spots around the building that you can film. And it's just like a per cost video. It's like $50 a video or something. knocked out.
Cool.
Huh?
Yeah, our big focus, like you said, is the social media video, especially on your listings. Most agents are trying to figure out, okay, how do I create content? I'm not good at creating content or whatever it may be. But one of the best ways is to take your listing and to make a video of your listing. We do really cool videos, a lot of speed ramping, a lot of different effects that we can throw on there depending, you know, how awesome you want to make it or how awesome of a property it is. We do awesome photography. I mean, our clients always talk about how amazing our photography is. We have a really good in-house editor who we have trained to make sure that the house looks really good, but also that when you walk into the house, it actually looks like what the pictures show, because that's a big thing. We're not going to over edit your photos. We want to make sure they look good, but also that they represent the house really well. So that's our big focus. Our biggest thing is if you don't have fun when your photographer comes to shoot your listing, then give us a try, because that's our big focus. We're trying to have fun. We want to make sure your clients are happy with the people that you're bringing in. And so we like to build relationships with your clients, with yourself. And so that's our big thing is let's make it fun. We'll come in, do a fun video. We'll put you on camera. Most people are like, I don't want to be on camera. It's like, we'll make it easy for you. So something that we'd recommend you guys really try out. But anybody have questions regarding listing photography or anything?
So I had a digital listing and I couldn't see the listing. And I used Value Productions and they were amazing. I called Spencer directly. He got exactly what I needed, even without me being there. And they're always super responsive. So
We had to
I
tame a
can't-
wild dog on that one too.
Especially if you guys are kind of in a bind and you think like, hey, I just got this listing, they want to get it listed as soon as possible. We're really good at squeezing people in. We have a team. We have 2 other guys that are out shooting all day. We try to keep ourselves available for that reason. If there's ever a time where you guys are like, hey, my client, well, I just met with them, we need to get photos tomorrow, reach out to us. Chances are we probably can get you in. At most, we're 2 or 3 days out at the very most, but we try to get you in. Even if there's a same day or something, reach out to us. We'll try to squeeze you in any way we can. So
So pricing starts at like 175. If you wanted to go like all out, you had a nice listing, you want to do like the whole shebang, you're looking at like 450, 500 bucks. You want to go all out. So really quick, pull out your phone, and on the back of this flyer, I don't know if everyone got a flyer, but there's a QR code on the back. Follow us on Instagram. And the best way to order, you can reach out to us on Instagram, you can text us, or we are going to have a website on, or a link on your website through the vendor portal, wherever that is for you guys. Did everyone get you guys need a flyer? Oh, you got one. Should have handed these out before, but yeah, scan that code, follow us on Instagram. You can see a ton of examples there. But that's kind of it.
yeah, you have a question?
Spencer, which
Spencer, Aaron.
You guys put everything in something called Real Media that gives us all of our posts and everything.
It's a very similar tool. You can create like all the marketing tools, social media posts, all that kind of stuff. Very, very similar. Same
Yeah.
product, different.
We use a platform called Aerial, but same thing. It's going to give you marketing material. You can print flyers, do all that stuff through the website. So you have your own property website is what it's called.
Zillow Showcase. We're a partner with Zillow Showcase, if you ever want to do that. So.
Cool.
I got
All right.
that.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Appreciate
Thank
it. Right on.
Yeah, grab some more. There's too much.
Value Productions, guys, support our preferred vendors. Birthdays. Okay, we got a couple. I'm looking around. Bellini, I don't see him. Dixie, I don't see her. And Priyanka. I think Priyanka's out on vacation today, but let's wish them all happy birthday. And when it's your birthday, your picture is going to be up here on the screen. Looks like Lassie. Just kidding. Lassig team. Thanks, Brock.
Okay, hi everybody. I'm sure if you're like me, you're tired from the weekend. I'm for sure tired. But we wanted to share something
How many
important.
of those
Those that have
are-
worked with our team, which several of you in here have, We have what's called our insane lead follow-up. And that's where I think we are a standout among lenders, all lenders, is our team is structured to follow up with your referrals in a very professional and respectful, non-salesy way, but extremely diligently. An example is we just got somebody under contract who we've been working with and following up with for 2.5 years. And we just got them under contract. The realtor actually forgot they referred them to us and we got them over there. So that's number one. We're really good at that. And I don't think very many lenders are. But number two is we have a pretty systematic process. I'm trying to follow. Can I just use this, Dailies? We have a systematic process for referrals that make it really easy and simple for you guys to refer clients to us at any stage. So what we find is oftentimes realtors will not refer us because they're like, man, the client, they're just not sure what they want to do, or they're a little ways out or whatever. And it's as if you guys think you need to fully bake that client into a contract ready client before you refer them to a lender. We don't believe in that process. That's the whole backbone of our insane lead follow-up. We want to help you convert that buyer into a contract ready buyer so you can go out and get new fresh ones and then send them to us and let us do the work to help convert and then go get new fresh ones, because that's what you guys are really good at. And what we're really good at is converting them, talking about all the stats and the cost of waiting and all the things that help them move the needle faster. So this referral template, you can download. It's an email template. You send it to my team and then you copy the client on there, and it gives you an opportunity. This is something that I've curated with agents over many years to create a nice template, but it introduces us and then gives you an opportunity to tell us about the client. So it could be like, hey, this client's hot and ready. They need to move super fast. Or this client is a little nervous. They just want to talk to somebody and they don't want a lot of pressure, or whatever the situation is. And then our team understands how to intake that lead based on what you say. And the client feels heard by you. They don't feel like, oh my gosh, you're sending me to the wolves with a lender. They feel heard and that we're just a part of your team, helping them along their journey, whether it's now or 2.5 years from now. It doesn't really matter. So that email referral template is really good to help delegate some of this off your plate so that you can go get more business and lean on us to help convert. And last but not least, we have a team phone number. It's 801-713-4000. The whole team has access to that all the time. You can call or text that number and refer leads that way as well. We prefer the email template because I think it's a better experience for everybody involved. But we are fully operational 6 days a week. So Monday through Saturday, you have team members on deck ready to get legit pre-approvals done for you when you have a client ready. And that's not like I'm at my son's soccer game and I have a quick little phone call and do a pre-qualification that's worthless. This is like somebody actually gets their documents, pulls their credit, runs automated underwriting system. You have a legit take it to the bank pre-approval letter Monday through Saturday. So I think that's a really big value add. This whole system is something we're proud of. And those of you that have worked with us, or maybe get with somebody who's worked with us in the past and they'll tell you how legit this is. It's not just talk. But anyway, that's the story today. The last thing that I have, one, does anybody have any questions? No. I mean, we just get paid when a loan closes. So yeah. Similar to you. Yeah. We don't get paid until closing. Yeah. But we just feel like if you invest into the clients, there's a lot of opportunity in that. Good question. So then the last thing, I have an ask. If everybody could pull out their phone, we are so effing close to 500 subscribers on YouTube. I know. We were over 500 and then clearly some people fell off and now we're back under. We really want to get over. So just pull up YouTube and search Loans Elevated. Let me just pull it up here. Yeah, the problem. Hang on just one sec. Oh, is that easier? Okay, sweet. Yeah, it should look like this. If you could just subscribe, we would love it. I think you'll find the content valuable. You can share with your clients, use it to convert your clients. There's a lot of good stuff. It's not just selfish, but we do want to get to 500. So if you haven't already done so, please follow us, subscribe on YouTube. But thanks.
Thanks, Brock. Yeah, let's see it. Thank you, thank you. Okay, I forgot something, so forgive me. Who's new here today? First time at team meeting. Introduce yourself, please. You don't have to stand up. You got to have the microphone though.
Hello. So my name is Simi. I just joined the team and yeah, it's my first team meeting here.
Right on. Welcome. Welcome. Who else?
Hi, I'm Rachel. I've met a few people. I just got my license through and I plan on signing a contract with the coaching team today. So I'm super excited to just jump in and learn as much as I can. So
Welcome, Rachel. We got one more? There
Okay, I'm Crystal. I'm not new, but I'm new to Keller.
you go. Welcome, Kristen.
Thanks. What else you want to know? That's
Welcome. No, wait. All right. Welcome, everybody. Who knows that you need to pay your board dues once a year? And who knows that it's this month? You got to pay them by the 31st. So everybody nod. All right, raise your right hand. Okay. I promise to pay my dues. Okay. This should not be a surprise to anyone. Does anybody know what yes, $350 if you don't pay them by July 31st. Okay. Pretty steep. Everybody's agreed. Everybody's nodded. You're going to get your dues paid. Thank you. I see Ian's picture in there. Open house mastery. Ian?
I have
You
a
wanna-
class tomorrow on open houses. We're going to be going over the open house playbook with KW, talking about how to use our technology to take your open houses to the next level. Tomorrow from 1 to 2, it will be on Zoom as well as in person right here.
Right on. All right. Thank you, Ian. Looks like we got some CE, selling and transferring water, with Aaron Twiggs McAllister, Thursday. That's this Thursday, 11:30 to 12:30. Who needs CE? Everybody raise your hand because you all need CE, right? Okay. Pay attention to that one. And then we've got Golden Text, where I think this is part of the 75 Thrive. Yes, I've heard. I've been able to catch a couple of them. Has anybody else done this 75 Thrive series? I believe. Okay. Guys, great information. We're going to serve it up. Take advantage of it if you can. Let's see, that's Thursday, 12 to 1:15. A little overlap with some CE, but pick which one will work best for you. All right, casino night. Everybody raise your hand.
Let's go. Go. It's really fun.
So that's that's the amount of hands. I want to see you all at casino night on that.
tables. Just kidding.
Who has been to a casino night here before? Okay, seeing some hands on. Guys, it is a lot of fun. It's for charity, right? It's a good time. Just come. If you don't know how to play, it's really easy to play Texas Hold'em. You can come. You don't have to gamble if you don't want to. There's your good food, prizes. So I just hope to see everybody there. And do we have a target how much we want to raise for KW Cares?
I don't know about a target number, but I do know that in the recent, we're going to be helping families here in our brokerage, but with the recent flood in Texas, we actually have several market centers that have been affected. We've had an agent that has lost a couple children due to the flood. So we really want to stand up and support them at this time, because if we were to ever have a natural disaster, those KW Cares trucks would show up here. So it really is, it's about fun, but more than anything, it's coming together and supporting people that we care about, even if we don't know their names.
Well said, Carrie. I hope to see you all there Friday night. Okay, list to last. This one has been on my radar a little bit coming up. Looks like July 16th. They're doing it twice, the 16th and the 23rd. How many of you I've been getting a lot of calls and I see a lot of comments. Who's got listings that aren't selling? Robin's the only one? Yeah. Okay. Is it pricing maybe a little bit challenging in this market? Okay, do this class. Do this class. You will learn. I can leave it up if you want to scan that or come see me afterwards. Got it? Yes. Oh, it's me already? Get out of jail free. I'm going to give you guys a choice today. You guys want to talk about airplanes or broker stuff? Thanks. Somebody said airplane. All right. I guess broker stuff. Get out of jail free card. Okay. So we're talking about compliance for the most part. Is that really exciting to you guys? Yeah. Okay. You sound like it. Okay. Feel bad for me. I'm the one, I got to teach this stuff, right? Try to pay attention. What I want to do, we're not going to dwell on a lot of matters. I want to open it up. If you've got questions, just, raise your hand. We'll come around with a microphone. Compliance avoids fine, suspension, legal action, protect your license, uphold public trust. Okay. First one, never act without a valid real estate license. Okay. This comes back to, and I'm sorry if I'm going to sound like a broken record. How often do you need to renew your real estate license? And you need a certain amount of CE, right? What's the one class that everybody forgets? Oh, mandatory. Mandatory residential. Is the mandatory residential the same as the code of ethics? Does the division require you to take the code of ethics? You guys are paying attention to me. Sorry, I've been talking about this a lot. Division does not require. Guys, just stay ahead. Does everyone know when their license expires?
Yes.
Okay. 60 days prior to that, make sure you go in and set up, if you haven't done your Utah ID, it's the access to the new version of Realms for those of you that have been around for a while. Pay attention to that. Not going to spend a lot of time on it, but watch your license. If your license expires, you can't do real estate. You can't be doing anything communicating with your clients. If you run into a situation, please call and communicate with me. And if we have a day or two gap, we can work it out, okay? Any questions on that? Establish agency in writing first. Pretty basic, right? What do I mean by that? If you're working with a buyer, what do you do?
Get a buyer broker.
A buyer broker. Well, and if you're going to go show a home this afternoon to a buyer, what do you need to have signed before you go into that house? If you're going to go do a video tour for a client that's out of state, before you go to that video tour, what do you have to make sure you have signed? Okay. Is that a division rule?
I feel like it's national.
Part of national settlement. So as a brokerage, we are complying with the settlement. So just make sure that you've got your buyer broker signed before you start showing or going doing video tours on it. Obviously, on a listing, you're establishing an agency when you take a listing. Now, I'm going to pick on a few people. I'm going to pick on Tisha has a buyer, and she is going to write an offer on Allie's listing. So Tisha and Allie, buyer's agent, listing agent. They're both within the same brokerage, right? Okay. Tisha, what are you going to do first? It's okay if you don't have. Well, I'm going to think limited agency here, right? I want you guys to think about limited agency because I'm seeing, and I'm not picking on you two in particular because it's from you, but I'm seeing us, not everybody handling limited agency when it's an in-house sale, right?
So don't I get the limited agency addendum signed before you even send the offer?
Yes, with one correction. Is the limited agency document an addendum?
No.
No.
No. Okay. What I'm asking you to do on an in-house sale, and the onus will go on the buyer's agent first. If you're going to write an offer, I'm going to write an offer on Allie's listing. I am talking to my buyer and saying this is an in-house sale. I am going through the limited agency document. I am filling that out first. I am signing it. My buyer is signing it. I'm going to call Allie and say, Allie, we have an in-house sale. We're going to be sending an offer. I'm sending you the limited agency document first to have your client sign. Does anyone know why it should be done that way?
Because you have to establish the agency.
Yeah. What does
And
section 5 on a rep seat do? The agency disclosure section. You guys are off the hook. Thank you. So in section 5 says something to the effect that we've disclosed written agency to our client. So if you're writing an offer, if I'm writing an offer on Ally's listing and I fill out the REPC and then I just attached a limited agency and I have my buyer sign everything and then I send it over to Ally, Ally gets it, hey, this is a great offer. The seller signs the REPC and then the last document they signed is the limited agency document. Do I have a problem? Timestamp, right? Guys, I have a potential problem, right? Because neither one of us as agents, we didn't fully disclose agency and have it written. So what I've seen, not from anybody in this room, is I see some files coming through where the limited agency, again, on an in-house sale, what we're talking about is it's being put on as an addendum, the REPC addendum 1C limited agency addendum. It's not an addendum. Make sure, don't put yourself in a position where if something went wrong with the file that you're going to have an issue with the division. Okay, makes sense? So the best thing to do, and we can all act quick when we're in here. If I call Ally, I'm gonna hope that Ally, can you please get this signed first? Okay. If we're in a hurry and we're trying to get it done, I want that to be the first document. So I want her client to sign establish that they agreed that it's an in-house sale where I am the broker of limited, you two as agents are not, right? You guys understand that? So I'm gonna just ask when you're dealing, we have a big brokerage here. We love to sell each other's listings, help each other out, right? Work together on it. Make sure that you're handling the limited agency. Take the time to explain it to the buyer, get it to the listing agent, have the listing agent get it signed, and then make sure the timestamp on the offer is after that limited agency's been signed. Questions? I would recommend sending it completely separately. Yep. And guys, I've been guilty of it too. I used to just throw it in there, throw all the buyer docs over, have them sign everything, send it to the listing agent, and it's never a problem until there's a problem. Okay. So get out of jail free card. Use approved contracts and disclose everything. Use only state. Where are all our forms? On the MLS. And who creates those forms for us for the most part? UAR, right? Okay. Some of them are state approved, and we've got UAR forms. No outdated or self-made contracts. I'm going to ask you guys to do this. I just found it, which I've updated it in Command. We had the old for your protection, get a home inspection document. That there's a new version of it that came out years ago. Steve and I were talking about this. You're okay with either, but just update your forms, right? So in Command, if you're downloading them and in there, we're going to do our best to keep them updated, but double check the forms, make sure if you've printed old ones out or you've saved PDFs that you're using the most current version, okay? Sure.
Right now with prices high and interest high, my sellers are getting, hey, will you guys do a seller finance? And some of my sellers are open to that. And then the buyer gets the low interest rate that the seller has and makes the payments. However, I probably got 7 offers that were not on state approved forms.
Yep.
I don't know who wrote them. Did an attorney write them?
Yep.
Are they coming from anywhere? So I just told my clients, these aren't even offers. I mean, don't even get excited. Don't even look at them. And I would ask the party, hey, send me your offer on a state approved form, and come to find out, but they were mostly junk. And someone said, oh, they're probably just bots that are not even humans that are sending out offers and calling me. And it was weird because AI sounds so human now, but they weren't even human beings. And then I finally got one from the Mansell Group, which is a really reputable group in Utah, on a REPC. And I was like, oh, this one we can consider.
Yeah.
But I just want to point that out in case you have a listing. It's one of the ones we're co-listing on Ally. We've gotten like 7 probably seller finance that are garbage. But I didn't really know that. I was showing it to people here because I haven't run into that in 13 years of working. I haven't really run into a lot of seller finance.
When in doubt, guys, give me a call, send it over to me, or consult with somebody else on those contracts. Make sure that they are legit contracts. No dual contracts. One valid contract per transaction. Anybody give me an example of a dual contract? Nick?
that you're also going to carpet it or something else.
Right. Yep. Anything that's, everything needs to be in the contract, but if there are situations that come up where buyer and seller want to keep stuff off an addendum and there's money transferring in there, guys, and you're aware of it, you're double contracting. Okay. It's pretty easy to avoid, but just be aware of it. Allie?
A listing agreement. And their listing agreement expired and canceled. I don't remember which one. It was probably both at the same time. But then they were asking if they could use that agent down in St. George to show them homes and then use me. And I said, no, absolutely not. You can't have the dual contract, like two buyer agents, correct?
Oh, okay. Okay. We're
Is that
well,
different than what you're talking about?
yes, that is, yeah, what we're talking about here is purchase contract between a buyer and a seller and keeping things from the mortgage lender. Things that the lender should know about, hey, we're going to give a little bit of money here and there. Guys, if you're aware of it, you need to make sure that gets cleaned up. What Allie's talking about is, and just ironically had this conversation with an agent this morning, is dual brokerage, meaning two agents at different brokerages representing the same client. There are some scenarios where that can be done. Come talk to me first. Cool. All right. Advertise legally. What's the name of our brokerage? KW South Valley Keller Williams. Okay. Because sometimes I sign a lot of referral agreements and all that. And guys, if you're dealing with a referral, and if the other agent is sending it, correct them on it. Make sure that they've got the proper name of the brokerage on it, just because it needs to be KW South Valley Keller Williams. Now, I'm working on a process of shortening that. There's no promises to get it down to where it's just KW South Valley. So you won't have to write the Keller Williams on it. You won't have to change logos or do anything like that, but stay tuned for more.
Out of state, there was the W9 has a LLC name, which is different.
It is, yes. Yeah, so I get this a lot. I get probably 3-4 emails or texts a week. Can I get a copy of our W9? Where can it be found? Homes, thank you. Thank you, Nick. Home Hub, documents. If you need an earnest money receipt, where can you find it? Home Hub. If you need a copy of, if you need a copy of the W9, it's on there. I'll send it to you guys. When you're sending out a referral to Texas and that deal closes and that brokerage is going to pay, they need a copy of our W9 tax form with our tax ID number on it. The LLC that this company is set up is the South Valley Real Estate Group. Okay, it's not the brokerage name, but that's what's going to be on the W9. That's fine. But what that office is going to need, and when we have one here, if you have you're closing on a referral from your friend up, and I just got a nice one from my friend up in Washington, and I needed him to send me a copy of his W9 so we can pay out on it. So W9, just having to do it for referrals, just brokerage to brokerage to make sure that the money is tracked, I guess, if you will, IRS. Okay. Print, online, sign, social media, you guys kind of know. I'm going to talk next month more, going to take a deep dive on advertising rules. But again, just make sure social media, if you don't have room for it on the first page, just make sure if they click on something else, here's the way I think the division interprets it, at least been taught to me. They want to look at any advertisement that you're putting out there and within 3 to 5 seconds to be able to tell what brokerage you're affiliated with. Okay, my rule, division. And then,
on the first
yep,
one.
you need to be able to do that. So if you're doing a Insta chat or whatever, or TikTok, just put it on TikTok. I always joke with my kids on that. And you can't get it on there, just make sure it's not misleading, that if they're clicking through that they can see the name of the brokerage on it, right? Everybody's going to do that. Handle client money, probably use trust accounts on it. If you write an offer and you just do a 6-page repsy and it's on my listing and we sign it, we go under contract, where's that earnest money getting deposited? brokerage. Can you take it to the title company? Thank you both. We're running into this as agents, buyer's agents, writing a contract on a listing, going under contract, and then they take the money and deposit it with the title company. That's a no-no. We need to document it in the contract where we are holding earnest money, okay? If you're going to hold it at a title company, what do you need to do? Use the addendum. Don't write it on there by earnest money be held. Use the state approved form, okay? If you go under contract and you don't do that, but then, you have just regular contract, which assumes that it's being deposited with the brokerage, and then you deposit it with the title company, and then you send the addendum to the seller to sign. Does the seller have to sign that? No, they don't. It's a material change to the contract, right? So no, they don't. So don't get mad at the listing agent if, you got to pull the money out and get it deposited. Okay, so just watch that. It's real easy to avoid, guys. If you're holding the earnest money here, which is completely fine, you don't need to do anything. The contract takes care of that. If you're going to hold it at a title company, make sure you include the addendum, deposit of earnest money with the title company addendum. Questions?
Yes. So the seller doesn't have to sign what?
After the fact, if you go under contract and deposit in reps, just a REPC, there's no addendum of where the earnest money is being held, so it's being held at the brokerage, and you deposit it with a title company, and then it gets flagged for compliance and says you need this addendum. If you fill out the addendum, don't assume the seller's going to sign it. They don't have to. It's a change to the contract that they don't have to agree to. Okay, we've run into that a few times, and agents get a little mad, but it's a change to the contract. Why? Why do you guys think? What's the difference between holding earnest money at the brokerage versus title company? Signatures to release. Title company, do any of my title reps here today? Title company gets an earnest money question. They're going to want both parties to sign. I don't necessarily need that as a broker. Yeah, I think it probably would. I think it probably would, because you didn't follow the contract. Contract says the earnest money is being held at this brokerage. If you deposit it somewhere else, you just created a problem for your buyer. So I'm not talking to anybody in this room or in this brokerage, but sometimes I think it can just be laziness on the part of an agent. They just, I don't want to throw another addendum in there. Okay, it's not that difficult. Just make sure that you're doing it. Cool. We're good on earnest money? You sure you don't want to talk about airplanes? All right. Uh-huh.
Says, earnest money is to be held at title company. How do you want us to approach those?
I'm okay with that. I have no problem with earnest money being held at a title company, whether it's here or there. I see more often that agents remarks say earnest money not to be held at a title company. I want to play nice and respect the wishes. I want to get the property under contract. So if that's what the listing agent wants, I don't have a problem with it. If they want us to hold it at the brokerage instead of, but what you're saying is we're saying it has to be held at a title company. Think new construction most of the time. I don't have a problem with it. You can fight it and try to argue it, but I guess I would ask why. So it's really more just personal preference on it.
But I just didn't know, like, addendum wise, as long as we're doing it from the beginning where it's supposed to be, then
Just make sure you,
yeah.
Should have been. Right. And then hope everybody plays ball. So just pay attention where you're depositing your earnest money. Okay, keep good records, maintain. So guys, here at the brokerage, I'm going to put Steve on the spot. Is it 4 years? We got to keep contracts? 4 years. So as a brokerage, we have a repository for the necessary documents in your transaction and command, right? Okay. The division also says you need to keep all your records, text, emails, communications. Thankfully, I don't see too many of these, but I have seen a couple subpoenas the past year that I've been broker. And when we get the subpoenas on it, we get subpoenaed, or the agent gets subpoenaed to provide not only the contracts, but all of their texts, all of their emails, all of their voicemails. Transcriptions are the actual voicemail, during that transaction between them, the other agent, the home inspectors, appraiser, all that kind of stuff, right? So let me ask you this, are you keeping all of your information? Because I'm not requiring you to. You guys would kill me if I said, hey, I need you to log all of your communication updated in command before you got paid. You guys would kill me, right? Okay. I don't want to die yet. So, did you? So, and so we're lucky here. So yeah, buy a Mac. All right. So listen, I'm not requiring it yet, maybe someday, but I don't see the necessary to. But it's real easy. Don't delete your communication. I can speak to iPhone users on your messages. I used to do this years ago. I would delete them after a year to keep space. Don't do that unless you can put them into community. So I will give you the option. You're welcome to do that, and we can put a file in. You can take all your communication, but I think it's just easiest. I don't delete emails from transactions. Try to put everything in the same folder, and I don't delete my text. And if it's like a voicemail, try to keep just put it in a file or keep it in my phone. Steve?
That includes all failed contracts too.
Yeah. Failed contracts. So if you just keep all that stuff in command. Just don't delete anything. Okay. It might come some point where we have to make a policy decision to ask you guys to do that like they do in, was it Washington? Washington? But as long as you've got copies of it, okay, so if you're an iPhone user or an Android, I'm sure it's the same thing. Just keep your text for longer. Don't delete them. Keep them at least 4 years, okay? Hopefully you don't get a subpoena, but when you get them, you feel good that you have all the documentation.
Start all over.
Say again?
Every time I get a phone though, it starts all over.
iCloud. Use an iPhone?
No, I would never.
So my iPhone people, we've got that. I'm sure Google said, save your stuff on the cloud, guys. Yep. Yep. Just for 4 years. So you take a look and see what you have. Just don't delete anything, right? And hopefully it doesn't happen, but if you need that information, we want to be able to provide it. Complete CE before renewal. Sorry, I got a little redundant on that. You guys want to talk more about it? Y'all know, how often do you need to renew your? Okay. Conflicts of interest. I should have rewrote that on there, but what I meant to say on this was disclosure. Kind of similar to the limited agency. If you're writing an offer, Daylise is writing an offer for her cousin on a listing. What does Daylise need to make sure she puts in that offer? Disclosure of interest, right? Okay, that she's related. If you're buying a property for yourself, what do you need to make sure you put in the offer? You're the listing agent on a property for your mom. You receive an offer, and it's a great offer. It's 6-page rep sheet, cash, close in 10 days. Should you accept that offer?
With the closure.
Should you accept it? It's right there. They want an answer by 1 o'clock. It's noon. Counter it with what? Disclosure of interest. Do yourself a favor. Just do it the right way. Disclose the interest in it prior to going under contract. You'll be in good graces with the division.
Just send a counter saying this addendum needs to be
Mhm.
added to it.
What's another thing you could do if you're a good listing agent? Could do that, yeah. But if Daylise calls me on it, I'm selling one of my own properties. Hey, I'm going to be sending an offer. Would you do me a huge favor? Because if it's a really good offer, I don't want to have to counter you. Would you include the disclosure of interest for me as an addendum and send that with your offer? Because I have an interest. I actually own this property. Done that a lot over the years, right? We can help each other out, make it easy with that. So don't be afraid to communicate to the other agent. That's fine. Yeah, as long as it's in the offer. If you send me an offer, 6-page rep sheet, and it's great, and you got a disclosure of interest that is the seller's agent, whatever appropriately under disclosure, and you send it over, I'm like, thanks. We got that covered. I don't know if I understand your question.
It's all about disclosure.
It's about disclosure. So the disclosure is just that it is at the time. It should really be done prior to. But with the disclosure of interest, I don't know if I can exactly answer your question because of comments I've gotten from the division guys. They're probably not so concerned about it being done on the disclosure of interest before, as long as it is disclosed upfront in the contract. Okay, I think I ran into one where it was done a couple days later as an addendum. I think they were fine with that. Wasn't anything that they were going to investigate. If you're doing it the day of closing, don't. Okay, limited agency though, because it's specifically mentioned in the REPSI, section 5, that we have written agency. Okay, so I think agency probably trumps the disclosure of interest as best I can tell you. But get in the habit. Listen, in that case, if I got that, would I, and I'm probably being recorded, but I might just sign the offer and quick send over an acceptance and say, could you please sign the disclosure of interest? Probably going to be okay. But rule is do it when it sooner in the process, right? Send it with the offer. No legal or tax advice. Don't promise appreciation or returns. Refer clients to tax legal professionals. How often are you guys doing that when people ask you, do I have capital gains on this? What's your answer? Give them the disclaimer. Talk to your accountant. I'll give them my thoughts on it a little bit, as I don't think so. It's like every 2 years, whatever, blah, blah, blah. But why don't you double check with your accountant? Okay. If you find that you're starting to write some really crazy addendums for that and you call me, I might probably tell you it's probably time to call an attorney. Okay. We don't want to practice law, but just be aware of the advice that you're giving people. All right. How they protect you. I'll apologize for having to go through that stuff because it's not fun, but is it helpful? Okay. So thank you for allowing me to present that. Any questions, anything related to what we talked about today? Before you jump into questions, I do want to get one thing on it. Hearing a lot about fraud. So a couple rules of thumb on fraud. If you get an online lead or a phone call having to do with somebody needing to sell land, assume it is fraud. Just a lot easier that way. Okay. They are getting really creative, not so much here, but I pay attention to Park City Board, Washington County. They are getting really, really creative, guys. And we got this lot, we need to fire sale it and go, and the name looks good, and you look on county records on it, just assume it's fraud, come talk to me. Okay. Because more than likely it probably is. Are there legit people that want to sell land? My first question is like, how did these people hear of me? You know, I'd like to say that I'm everywhere and they would pick up my name on a Google search or something like that. But do these people know me at all? If they don't, or it's just, I heard you're a good realtor and I got this place in Camas and I got 5 acres up there and need to get it on the market right away, my red flag is up. Okay. So, anybody else running into anything there's one other issue I'll mention, then I'll take questions. Starting to get them hearing about it more is where buyers are contacting agents wanting to go under contract on a property, doing that and doing something like sending a cashier's check. Say they want you to put $10,000 earnest money down on the property. You're all excited. I got our 10,000 earnest money down. But then they send a cashier's check to you for 20,000, trying to get it deposited and getting a $10,000 refund before that check clears. And there are some brokers, we try to have safeguards in here to make sure, like, I'm not cutting a refund until we've cashed checks. Other brokerages have run into those type of issues. So I just kind of wonder what is the fraud there with it. But yeah, illegitimate people going under contract on a property, sending too much earnest money, and then asking for a refund back on a bad check. Allie?
Like in their comps, so they gave it to protect them like that.
Yeah. Yep. Fraud. Yep. Anybody else seeing anything on that?
I was just gonna say, I get those too.
Mhm.
But just last week, as my neighbor was going out of town for the weekend, she called me and she said, I don't know what's going on, but we have a friend that has their mail sent to our house because of a divorce he's going through or something. And she said he got a phone call
asking for me, which was this, my neighbor, wanting to know if my house was still for sale. And, it was a scammer. It just so happened that, you know, when you do like a people search or something and they go through all the public data, because his address was associated, or his phone number was associated with her address, that's where his mail is sent. Someone had posted their house, which is paid for, so it's cash. There's not a mortgage company involved. Somebody was trying to sell their house right out from under them. So I was able to get them, if you go into the Salt Lake County Assessor's Office, there's a property watch. And you want to, you know, definitely encourage clients that have paid off their properties to go in and sign up for that property watch. It will work for anybody, but the mortgage companies are going to get triggered if, you know, if the sale were to go. But if their house is paid off, they need to sign up for that property watch. It's 100% free, and they'll get notified if there's a transaction going on about their property. But, you know, be your advocate for your clients and let them know about this.
It's a good one. Property Watch. It's good. Salt Lake County. Robin?
Pretty similar. Some of you may have seen this. There's fraudsters like trying to rent houses and collect first month's and rent that have no connection to the house. And it might be that the house is for sale. It might be that it's actually for rent. Like my daughter's looking for some rentals and one just had a, was like $709 a month. And whatever she's been looking at is more like 900 to 1,000 a month. So like, wow, it's cheaper and it's bigger. 709. It was on Facebook and it said the name of the person was ZXX or YZZ. And they got on Facebook. It'll say this person's been on Facebook since 2025. So I just looked up the house. Like I just Googled the address and found that it's on Zillow, trying to rent out for 1,800. I looked up the owner's name, which is not this person's name. There's a lot of that. I've talked to people that are like, we put a down payment and we spent $2,400 and it's not real. So it's, we do, it's cool to learn about this as a group and put it out that you can share it on social media. You can email your SOI. You can tell people, hey, if you know anyone going to rent or, you know, there's just, it's cool to like, the more we learn, if we share it, then we add a lot of value and protect.
Good job.
Like on KSL is a big one.
Yeah.
Good too.
I like that. If it's too good to be true, it probably is. Good. There you go. Too good to be true. Okay. We do not. Steve's working on the Salt Lake Board of Realtors to get us a subscription for it. Yeah, Washington County does in Park City. Yeah. Yeah.
Like if person will meet with me and then I ask them your driver's license, make sure the driver's license.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
You can. Yeah. Commercial peeps in the back. What's up in the commercial world? Do you guys worry about any of this when selling hotels? Yeah. Yeah. Yes. God. Anything else, guys? Thank you for coming to a July team meeting to talk about compliance stuff, and I thank you. Go eat some pizza.
Thanks, Mike.
Thank you. Okay, we got you done.